Guess what? I have a story to tell today. And I think it's an alright story. It's very fresh. It's very current. It happened yesterday. See that? I stopped and I didn't even put my feet down. Are you impressed? Because sometimes I impress myself and then I start getting like a swollen head, then my helmet feels tight, and I start getting dizzy, and then fall off my bike. The story, it happened yesterday. Okay, so I'm at work. It's in the middle of the day and I'm working alongside this apprentice. He's going into his 4th year of carpentry. And he says to me, hey, would you mind me asking, how much do you get for your Christmas bonus? And our company that we work for, you know, at Christmas time, you get a Christmas bonus. And this is my 1st year back with them since I went away to Saskatchewan. And I got $150 and a gift voucher for like a food store, so you can buy a turkey if you want to. So I told him, oh, I got $150. He's like, his face kind of wrinkles a bit. He goes, oh, I got $150. And then I'm pretty sure that my face wrinkled because I was like, oh, geez, I got $150, the same as the apprentice. And I've been doing this for a lot longer. But I was like, whatever, because it's always been like that. I worked 17 years for them straight. I started off as a laborer, and then I went to an apprentice, and then I went through my apprenticeship and I became a carpenter, and then I worked for years and years as a carpenter for them. And in all those years, the Christmas bonus was always $100 and a $25 gift certificate. You know, depending on where you are in the company, then you would get more, right? You know, superintendents obviously get a big, massive Christmas bonus, and foremans get a little bit more, and, you know, that sort of thing. So, as being just a carpenter, I was just like, whatever. You know, it kind of was a little discouraging because every crackhead that they hired to come in and sweep the floor got the same $100 and the same thing. So I was like, yeah, well, whatever. This is just how it is. At the end of the day, I was getting ready to go and I was leaving early. And one of the foremen were inside the lunchroom talking to a couple guys who are getting ready to leave as well. And one of them is also a 4th year apprentice. He hasn't gone back to take his 4th year. Like, so I guess he's a 3rd year still, but he still has to go back and complete his 4th year before he can get his carpentry ticket. And for some reason, they were talking, and money came up, and the apprentice said to the foreman, "Oh, you must have got a $10,000 Christmas bonus this year." And he's like, "Huh, I wish." And he's like, "What'd you get, 1,000?" He's like, "Yeah." He goes, "I got 500. I was a little bit deflated, kind of. Alright. Whatever. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. It's just how things are, you know, you're just, you're not even really a cog in the wheel. You're just, as a carpenter, unless you're into the foreman positions or superintendent positions, then you become a cog. But as a carpenter, you're more of a commodity that is to be passed around. You're like a prostitute. And if you're a good carpenter, which I am, other superintendents will ask for you, like, "Hey, well, we want Kim to come on," and they're like, "Well, you can't have him because I need him here." And they're like, "Well, we really need him here," and then that sort of thing will happen. So I'm a little bit deflated, but whatever. There's nothing I can do about it. So, and that's not the story. That's just what's leading up to the story. Okay? See, that's sort of like the catalyst to the whole series of events. Shift down, man. The whole series of events that happen after this. So I get out and I get on my bike and I start heading out the job site. I get out onto the asphalt. Now I'm feeling a little deflated, kind of a little down. How does someone like me kind of shake those kind of deflated, bluesy kind of feelings? Now you guys that ride bikes, you know the answer to this. Do you want me to show you? The answer is right here. It's located right here. The right hand on the throttle, You twist that, and you can feel that sort of deflated balloon, which is your soul. You can feel it starting to inflate. It's starting to get bigger. And the more throttle you put on it, oh yeah, you can feel that little deflated balloon starting to enlarge, like the Grinch's heart that was 10 times too small. Well, so I get onto the asphalt, and first gear, bop, second gear, bop, clutch pop, bop, bring it up for a second, bop. There's a corner coming up, so I don't want to carry it too long. Comes down, third, I think I hit third gear, bop, and then I went for fourth. And my foot position obviously wasn't very good, because I went for fourth, and so it was like this. If here's my tack, so it's like third gear, bop, and fourth gear if you hit it, bop. Well, I couldn't hit fourth, so it's like bop, bop, bop. I tried twice trying to get into fourth, and it just wasn't going. And then I shifted my foot, hit fourth, bop. As I come around the corner, while I'm doing that, into the straight stretch, part of my brain, which is in charge of observation, it's always like whoom, 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 scanning the horizon for any sort of threats or obstacles or dangers. It picks up on its radar, bing, a car matching the profile. Okay, see this little car coming? It's about this far away from us. And my brain says to the other part of my brain, which is like the 15-year-old side, which is like this. That's that side of the brain. Okay, so my analytical side, boom, 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 scanning. It picks up this vehicle coming, and it sends a message to the 15-year-old side, which is enjoying the throttle action. It says, I see a car that matches the description and profile of a police cruiser. And my 15-year-old side says, don't worry about it, man, it's cool. But the analytical side persists and says, no, really, I think that's a cop. And before the 15-year-old side can respond, the lights go on. No siren, lights come on. And I'm like, oh no. That balloon that had inflated inside of me, that was starting to swell up within my chest, and I was starting to feel good, that exhilaration, that euphoria that can only come from riding a bike, it deflated. It just went, and it was flat. So his lights go on, boom, and immediately I off the throttle, and then he pulls over to the road, like he pulls over to the curb. He's expecting me to go shooting by him, because I guess I was going kind of fast. And instead, I just got off the throttle on the brakes, and I pulled over to a driveway that was in front of him. And then he comes up beside me and parks. So let me just show you what happened. And then, I don't even know why I just bothered telling you, because I'm going to show you anyways. So, let's roll the tape on that. Ready? Do we need any intro music? Let me throw some intro music, and then we'll roll into it. We'll fade out from black into it. And here we go. Great day. So So you don't really get to hear what goes on, but I'm going to tell you what happens. He gets out of his car. He goes, "How you doing today?" You know, he's a Mountie, right? So, you know, it's sort of the textbook friendly Mountie talk. "How you doing today?" I'm like, "Well, I was doing better about 30 seconds ago." He's like, "I got you at 92. I was like, "Really?" He goes, "Well, you first showed up at 80, and then you must have got on it because it shot up to 92. It's like, "Oh, wow. Where are you coming from?" I'm like, "I just got off work." He goes, "Where do you work?" I said, "Right there," because it was like literally 1,000 yards down the road. What do you do there?" I said, "I'm a carpenter." He's like, "Oh yeah, okay." And while I'm answering these questions, I'm pulling my license out, and I hand him my license. He goes, "Is the bike registered to you?" I said, "Yeah." "Oh," I said, "Here, I'll get my registration." He goes, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'll just run your plate." So he jumps back in the car, and he's in there for about a minute and a half, not very long. And then he gets back out. "You got a really clean driving record for a guy on a bike." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know this is not a normal occurrence for me." He goes, "Well, I'm gonna let you know something. $360, and because you were over 40K over the limit, it's a 7-day impound." And you know that balloon I was talking about earlier that deflated as soon as I saw the police car light? It inverted itself. It actually pulled itself inside out and then shriveled up as if it was being torched by an unseen flame and became a hard ball of rubber in my gut. I said, "Oh, wow." He goes, "But I'm not going to give you a ticket today." I was like, okay, and then I'm pretty sure my face looked pretty stunned. I said, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, I just want you to slow it down." I said, literally, as my hands are up like this, like, "Wow." I said, "Thank you." He goes, "Yeah, I understand, people have days." I said, "Thank you very much. I really appreciate this." And I shook his hand. He goes, "So have a good day." And as he's going around his car, he goes, "I don't want to ever have to scrape you off the road." And then he got in his car, he started it up, and off he went. And I stood there trying to fumble with my helmet, trying to get my gear on, kind of like this. "Oh, did that just happen? Did I just experience that?" But what have I taken from this? Okay, well, I've always known and held to the belief that the majority of guys that work in the police force, at least in my area, and RCMP, local guys, the majority of them are good guys and ladies. There are going to be guys and ladies on police forces that are not the best individuals, and maybe that's because life experiences or whatever, but there are cops that are jerks, but they are not the rule. They are more of the exception. I'm never a sassy pants. I never argue the speed. I might say wow, because I honestly didn't think I was going that fast, but I was. When I reviewed the tape, sure enough, hey, look, you're going faster, man. So I'm not sassy pants, and I don't suck up to cops, but I definitely talk to them with respect, because ultimately I'm paying them to do what they're doing. They're public servants. They're there to enforce the law. And I have to call a spade, and I certainly was a spade yesterday, and I got caught for it. Thanks for riding with me, guys. It was fun. It was fun talking with you. We should do this more often, Maybe we'll come over, I'll bring over some chips and some dip or something, and we can just hang out. Maybe watch some reruns or something, catch a game. I don't know, whatever. It's been fun. Thanks for riding with me, and you new subs, hey, come here. I'm gonna give you a hug. Come here. Ready? Oh, you don't want a hug? Come on! It's not like that. It's like a guy hug. Alright, fine. Oh, ladies want a hug. Yeah? I can't. My wife's watching this. She doesn't like that. Even if it's like an A-frame hug.